Hello, our team name is The Clean Green. Our service video is brought to you by Will Pepper, Cam Uffner, Evan Dragon, and Evan Crapel. In the beginning of October, on October 5th, we took on tree planting, working with Berks Nature with Larry Lloyd and Jeremy Haymaker, at a small patch of farmland between two hills, planting to around 50 to 100 trees on Charming Footage Road in Wilmersdorf, Pennsylvania. Evan K. was there for 1 hour while Will was there for 2 hours. We planted some oak trees carrying water jugs and watering the trees that were planted. Again, on November 8th, our group took on another tree planting working with Berks Nature, this time in Reading at Schlegel Park. Evan K. took on another hour of tree planting service. We dug holes from the ground, digging out the rocks, measuring the width of the hole and how deep, along with planting the trees and re-adding the soil and watering the trees. The first picture on the left is what Evan K. planted at Schlegel Park, and then the second photo on the right, you can see Will Pepper helping with the tree planting.
For this service, our group was involved in water testing. Will, Evan D., Cam, and Evan K. traveled to Antietam Creek at Bob's Woods in Temple, PA. It was around a 20-minute drive. Our group worked with Becky Seal, who is a member of Berks Nature. The first photo is Cam holding a machine used to measure the pH. The second photo is a tool used to compare the nitrate levels. The third photo is a test tube of mixed water and nitrate. Fourth photo is of Evan and Cam, and they're prepping the pH machine. And the fifth photo is Evan D. testing for water temperatures. Another test for the water was testing for nitrate. We had to follow a set of instructions, such as rinsing the test tubes, filling sample bottles, and adding mixed acid reagent. Next, we tested for dissolved oxygen in the water using a test kit. Measuring the pH of the water was another task we had to face during this service.
After the water testing, on November 16th, the four of us helped with the Angelica Creek cleanup. First, Becky Seal gave us a tour of the Berks Nature Place located in Reading, right off of Pennsylvania Route 10. You can see the bottom of the building at the bottom of the slide. Then she took us down to Angelica Creek. Our instructions were simple. We were to walk through the creek and pick up any trash we could find. Becky provided us with gloves, 2 trash bags, and boots to navigate through the water. At the top of the screen, Will is navigating through the water and collecting any trash he could find. All of us were surprised at how dirty the creek was. We walked about 50 yards in the creek until we saw the bridge, where Becky instructed us to turn around due to the water getting deeper. Here's a picture of the bridge on the left. On the right, Will and Evan K. are picking up trash in an especially polluted spot. We went into the creek for about an hour and collected about 2 garbage bags worth of trash, mostly plastic. We found lots of bottles, candy wrappers, a cooler, and even a Buzz Lightyear toy in the mud. After collecting the trash and turning around, Becky instructed us to leave the trash on the patio of the nature building so it could be disposed of properly. We were all excited to know the creek was cleaner because of us.
For our final service act, we helped out at the greenhouse on campus. The greenhouse is located right over on Broadcasting Road. Once we arrived, we spoke to Larissa Miller and she then gave us each different tasks. Our first day at the greenhouse was November 17th. All of us each helped out by going around the different garden beds and began pulling weeds and knocking down the larger weeds. The time for each of us varies, but the majority of us spent about an hour and a half there up until it was closed for the day. On the left, here you can see one of the garden beds that we were assigned to pull weeds from, and on the right you can see the ending result of how many weeds we pulled that day. Our second visit was November 27th. We all began helping out by assisting in the greenhouse bracing, a process which uses wires on the outside of a greenhouse to prevent the tarp from being lifted away and protect it from strong winds. On the left here you can see the garden bed that we were assigned on day 2, and on the right you can see Evan K doing the greenhouse bracing, and then there's a photo of the close-up of what the pattern is of what Evan is doing. Once this was completed, Will, Cam, and Evan D each began to pull more weeds from the surrounding gardens as Evan K went around and chopped down the massive weeds and roots within the other gardens. Here you can see 2 of the massive roots that Evan K pulled up that day. Our last day at the greenhouse was on Friday, December 1st. On this day, Evan K, Evan D, and Cam each helped trim down an area that had an overgrown grass species. You can see that here in the middle, and we used the shears on the left. Once we've completed that task, we finished it off by helping Larissa by pulling the weeds from her freshly thawed out plants.
There are many different reasons why you should plant trees locally. Here are some of the reasons. Improve water and air quality, help regulate climate change, lead to healthier soil, increase biodiversity.
Reflecting back on our service projects, we have learned a lot along the way. A collective effort such as the trash pickup, tree planting, water testing, and greenhouse help that we completed can have tremendous benefits on their surrounding environments and ecosystems. This project taught us the value of each of these components in our environment. Each of these 4 services are multiple different approaches that can benefit environmental awareness and action. Coming together to work as a community is a great way to start tackling global environmental issues. There are many different reasons of why we chose tree planting as our main project. Deforestation is becoming a serious problem globally. Trees help benefit the environment a lot more than people actually acknowledge. They help with the air quality, the water quality, they help with biodiversity. And also replanting trees is a way to help counter deforestation.